So here we are, FILMCAN Productions.
Welcome back to FILMCAN Productions.
Yes. I'm Narciso.
And I'm David.
And we are going to do
The original Dawn of the Dead.
the one and only Dawn of the Dead.
Yes, the 1978 Dawn of the Dead.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its time. Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all times. Dawn of the Dead. Night of the Living Dead has ended. Dawn of the Dead is here.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
They must be destroyed on sight.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Dawn of the Dead.
The movie starts in a news studio with all this chaos and commotion going on, and all this stuff that's going on the zombie uprising, which literally lasts 5 minutes. It's just to let you know right off the bat that there is an epidemic and people know about it. And then they cut to what I was talking about.
Projects,
Yeah, just the projects and some kind of gang uprising in a building that has nothing to do with zombies. And it's sort of like a SWAT team shows up to take care of business. And then as they start moving through the building and taking down people, little by little, some of those bodies start coming back. And bam, we're in the middle of a zombie movie. It starts off as a gangster, street war, cops versus a hoodlum movie. And all of a sudden it's zombies.
Yeah, it's chaos. You got like racist fucking SWAT team guys.
Yeah.
Blow all their asses off. Low-life bastards. Blow all their low-life little Puerto Rican and nigger asses right off.
This movie is straight up 70s racist.
Yeah, they don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we met two other main characters in the previous scene, the woman and her boyfriend, who's the helicopter pilot for the new station.
Right, so you have the reporter and the pilot. Right.
Okay. And then it cuts to like the goods, where you meet the SWAT team, and two of them is the short white SWAT team guy, and then the cool black SWAT team guy.
Who's the main guy of the movie?
Practically the main character.
Oh, he is the main guy.
He's the reason. He's the one he's the smartest one. He's cool.
Yeah, of course. We're talking about what's his face? What's his name?
The actor?
Ken
Foree.
Ken Foree, yeah. Foree, right?
Yeah,
Foree?
I'm saying it like he's kind of like the Sam Jackson of that movie.
Oh, he's badass, man.
Wake up, sucker. We're thieves and we're bad guys. That's exactly what we are.
Well, we have the two
SWAT team
guys who are actually the trained professional militant guys, and then through unfortunate circumstance they get teamed up with a news reporter and the helicopter
the
pilot.
city's gone to shit, and and in that first scene when they're in the projects, he has the ideas that, we just get the hell out of here.
Exactly.
I know a guy that has a helicopter, which is the characters in the beginning.
Right.
We can get out of here. He comes along, and they meet up with the woman and the helicopter pilot.
Yes.
And they escape the city.
And
basically,
they
just go for it.
And they go for it, and they go to the sticks.
They cross the
so
sticks.
That means they find the mall.
What the hell is it?
Looks like a shopping center, one of those big indoor malls.
There's zombies inside, yes. So they kind of have to hide out for a first part of the movie. They're kind of hiding out and finding their groove, and they find these back rooms where they kind of make it their little headquarters and stuff. And then they just start eliminating all the zombies inside the mall and sealing the mall at the same time. They devise a plan to take all these 18-wheelers that are parked outside in the loading docks and block off every main entrance and glass door of the mall. Great idea. But what happens is the SWAT guy.
The SWAT guy, the white SWAT guy gets bit.
Gets bit.
Because he's getting a little too carried away. He's kind of like the cowboy.
Yeah, and there's a lot of zombies outside.
Yeah, he gets bitten twice.
Yeah, they seal off the building and all that, but now one of their main guys is infected. So they know, and he knows that eventually he's fucked. So he kind of just lives out his days.
They're trying to nurse him. They have him in a room with morphine, but it's getting bad.
It's getting bad, and it's also getting mundane. Just them living out their days inside a mall.
Or they're watching stuff through the TV. That's the only thing.
Yeah, day after day after day in a mall. What do? You go crazy. So after a while, it's boring. They build their own little area up, kind of like houses, because people are creatures of habit. So when you are stuck in a situation like that, you're going to try to go to your comfort level and do things that make you feel normal, which is they actually go shopping in the mall.
Yeah, the whole mall sequence is just like...
They take money literally from the register and go shopping.
There's that montage like in the middle of the movie, or like right before the third act, where it's just them living like normal. At this point, they already... they quarantine the mall.
Yes.
They devise a plan to get trucks, big semi-trucks, to block the entrances.
Exactly. He starts turning. Eventually, they have to put him down before he turns.
Yeah, he eventually dies. A good scene when he comes back to life.
Yeah, that's
which
like
was
one
the
of the best.
That was one of the covers. The original cover was the one with the head.
Yeah.
But the first cover I saw in Blockbuster was that. The movie kind of goes downhill.
It starts going to shit because now it's only them three, and it shows a little bit longer them three by themselves.
But it's kind of somber though.
It's very somber, and it's very.
There's a helicopter there.
Yeah, because they see the chopper flying. Yeah. That's when they're training her how to fly the chopper.
Yeah. So eventually, I mean, I'm glad that happened because at that point, it's like, what else could have happened in the movie? It's kind of like, okay, what next?
It needs something exciting to happen, and it's, you get tired of the same three people already. Even they're tired of themselves.
Yeah.
Boom, there's a biker gang. They start radioing whoever's in the mall to let them in, and they get tired of sending radio waves, and they're like, fuck it, you guys are fucked. We're going in.
And then it's like a Mad Max type army.
All of a sudden, it's like Sons of Anarchy versus zombies.
That is huge army of bikers come in, who are real bikers, most of them apparently, when they filmed it.
Yeah.
And they just basically, with grenades, blow into the mall.
Yeah.
To raid the mall.
Very 70s. Everybody has fucking
and then, of course, the zombies all come pouring in.
Yeah.
So it's the heroes versus the bikers versus the zombies.
It's ours. We took it. It's ours.
So these Vikers start fighting back. Mm-hmm. And now we got the zombies in there, and then the men that were shot by Flyboys are getting eaten.
Right.
So now they're fighting, and then they start chasing Ken Forey, the black guy.
Yes.
So Tom Savini, who does like all the stunts, starts chasing him, and they have a little standoff.
They have a
little
little
shot,
standoff.
and he falls off the thing.
Right. And Flyboy is just trying to make his way to the elevator to get back to her.
And he gets shot by some of the bikers, yeah.
He gets shot. So then by the time the elevator gets to its location, he does the quickest zombie transformation. And he has the best makeup of the whole movie.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
He does the best
it's supposed
zombie.
to be time has passed. It's supposed to be time has passed because he's waiting. But it was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick.
Because he looked blue.
Not only was
and
he
the other guy
blue,
didn't look blue.
Shriveled up. His whole face was shriveled up. Anyways, Flyboy turns. So now there's only two left. And they just have to run for the hills.
Flyboy Zombie still remembers where they go.
Yeah, Flyboy Zombie remembers he needs to get back to their hidden hideout. And he still remembers there's a fake painted wall, and he's got like a mob of zombies behind him. So he gets to that wall, and he bashes it in, and they all help him, and they just pour into the hideout. So now Ken Foree and the girl have to go they know it. They have the face of, okay, they're breaking in. We have to go. But Ken Foree waits, and he actually shoots Flyboy and takes him out. He waits for his boy, and he kills him. They go to the roof, and they take the chopper. And that's pretty much how it ends. They just kind of just escape in the helicopter. But this movie is just like the first one. In terms of zombie films and this type of genre, it was revolutionary because at the time, Romero just kept taking it up a notch and up a notch, and nobody else was touching this shit. And I know he did a drastic jump in budget, and he went from black and white to color. And I feel like one day me and Dave might do a little project where we're going to do the trilogy in black and white to see how it all meshes together. Because I feel like, especially this one, the one in the middle, the makeup is pretty bad. It's very gray, and you can see smudge paint on their face. There's a lot of fuck-ups here and there. If you made a black and white, I think it would bring that much more.
You can see the corners are black and white there. It looks cool.
Yeah. I think it would bring much more grittier realism to it. But that's a future project. But I mean, in just the sheer fact of scale and just the fear of uncertainty and just the amount that's coming in, even though they're silly, they don't really fear. You're not fearful of them because they are so slow and they kind of they run through them. But man, towards the end, they're just like hundreds of them showing up. That's when you start getting serious.
Yeah, there's so many shots in this movie. That's what makes it good. Like
the parking lot shots.
Yeah, like even the mall. Like in the beginning, you're like, okay, they look kind of,
Yeah, it looks like there's 30 of them in a freaking
especially
giant
now,
lot.
yeah, compared to the makeup and the zombies now. They don't seem as scary, but there's so many of them. There's so many shots. It gives like an epic feel.
Right.
It almost feels Like the first one was in the 60s, and it was supposedly, from what I understand, was like
it was more of a racial
statement on like the civil rights movement.
Yes, it was a racial
and communism
barrier.
And all that kind of era. Yeah. Yes. So in the 70s, it was all about like consumerism. He says about the mall, consumerism and all that stuff, and the very 70s and fashion and all that stuff. And then the 80s one is super dark and very like the Reagan era. Like all those 80s movies were very like the military were always in charge. Yes. You know what I mean? Like the military would always do whatever it takes for the greater good. And in the third one, the military was like taking over.
Part 1, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. They all have their time periods written all over the style,
the way it looks,
and feel of it.
And
absolutely. You can watch one and say, 50s. Oh, this one's 60s. 60s, 70s, 80s. And the politics of the time are written all over every script. That's why they all feel so different, even though they're a trilogy essentially. That's why I feel like it will be an interesting project to make them all black and white and tie them together, edit them together.
Yeah,
as a trilogy, and see how they mesh.
And almost all of the George Romero ones, even Land of the Dead, we'll talk about that soon because it's good.
Yeah, it was different.
It's good,
especially for us because we're Miami guys.
From Miami, you know what I mean? The fact, it definitely had a big budget. It was cool to see him have a big budget, but in all three of the original ones, the humans are the ones that fuck each other up. If you think about it, in the Night Living Dead, they all don't agree and they all end up fucking each other up.
Absolutely.
Even in the end, when they shoot the last guy. They shoot the guy.
If it isn't racism doing them in. It's sexism. It's greed.
Yeah. The second one, they kind of started getting along, but they couldn't get the bikers come in. They just won it.
Right.
The third one, the scientists were always fighting with the crazy army guys. And
because it was the militant mind versus the scientific mind, and
the third one's definitely the first one's pretty dark, but the third one's really fucking somber.